Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Tuesday to you all. We've got new music to check out. Technically, I think this dropped yesterday, but we, of course, had a very busy release schedule yesterday, and I got back fairly late. But we're getting to it now, and it is once again very exciting because it is a collaboration song with a drinks company and Starship Entertainment. Now, the past songs Starship have done with drinks companies has been really good, like especially within the last year. We had Gatorade X Starship last year with An Yujin, Kang Daniel, and Yuna Kim. We had Chae Subin and Cho Yuri on Yellow Circle with Lipton last month. And now we have Gaeko, Mr. Joohoney 100, and Big Naughty collaborating together for the song Over the Mountain for Mountain Dew and Starship. Now, I didn't know Mountain Dew was a thing in South Korea. Well, I don't know if this is aimed at South Korea. I'm guessing it is, but I didn't know Mountain Dew was a thing over there. I thought it was kind of like a primarily American thing, because I feel like you don't see it a lot in the UK either. Admittedly, I don't go out of my way to look for fizzy soda drinks anyways, so that's probably more the reason why that's the case. But again, it's a CF song done in collaboration with the drinks company and Starship, and I reckon this could be very tasty indeed, even if, you know, maybe rap-oriented music isn't my usual cup of tea. I reckon I could enjoy this. So let's check it out one time. Here we go. Mountain Dew, man, I have not had that in years, literal years. I'm one of those people where caffeine doesn't really do anything for me, especially artificial caffeine. So I can drink a Monster or like a Red Bull and just like go to bed afterwards. It's more of like a placebo effect for me more than anything. Combined with the fact that I really don't like carbonated drinks to begin with is just not really my thing. But, you know, the branding's always been gamer-oriented and things like that in America. I don't know how it is in South Korea, though. I am very curious about the song, so here we go.
산 넘어 산 넘어 산 넘어 산 넘어 산 넘어 산 넘어 정산 산 넘어 산 넘어 산 넘어 또산안 넘어 더 이상 Cause I'm at the top Yeah 눈 떠보니 2023 고개를 넘어 또 올해는 어떤 노래 애고개를 끄덕이지 바라 적을 또 yeah B.I.G 내 이름 옆에 푸른 스팟 Dre double S so certified
Reminds me of my undergraduate year bedroom
최대한 type up bulk up 마치 어느 달 서너 달 만에 얻었다 원했던 게 다 100,000 머리 어깨 무릎 발까지 다 빼입어봤지 You will never get it 정성에서 밝은 버스의 기분은 산 넘어 산 넘어 산 넘어 산 넘어 산 넘어 산 넘어 정산 산 넘어 산 넘어 산 넘어 또산안 넘어 더 이상 Joohoney 100 낙단 내 이름 정상에다 못 박아 Joohoney 불같은 열정의 기름 더 부은 burning up Positive stay positive keep breathing 내 몸 산 전기가 가득 말라
This is a loud song, hold on.
I'm a beast mode 늘어가는 cheese though 짭짤해 트로피 머리 위에 맞춘 keystone 느끼해 니들이 하는 제스처
Joohon's cadence going a little bit slower than Naughty's. I can dig it. Bring it back to the motif.
나의 physical condition gear 어떤 능선도 다 견디고 gear 얻을 수 있어 yeah 어디든지 go up
It's almost a cappella in a way where you really don't. Really switch up the beat one time. Okay.
산 넘어 상간 건너 불구경 삐끗할 때 자식들은 각자의 산에서 반일생 하산의 고난 또 잘 지켜냈어 탑급 오탑
I love that the cadence was getting slower with each person. You start off with the high energy, but then the instrumental part takes over. Big build. Big beat switch. Hello. Okay, we went into like grunge. Interesting. Yeah, that song took such a turn at the end there. Was not expecting anything like that. What on earth? Okay. First of all, the way the song progresses, it's inverted for me, which I really like. So it's like, as the beat gets spicier, I wouldn't even call it like faster or energetic. The more the beat gets spicier, the cadence of the flow gets slower, which I find really interesting because they're kind of like flipped on top of each other. Starting with Naughty and having him just rip that flow at 150 miles an hour from the get-go is such a way to get your attention because it's just like boom, just overwhelm with the syllable counts. I mean, once we get past the motif, it's also a very simple beat at this point still. And I think a part of why Big Naughty's verse sounds faster is because there's so much syncopation going on where most of his delivered like syllables don't line up on the major beats within the bar. That's why they sound so quick. And I think if you actually tabbed it out on paper, it wouldn't appear to be very quick, or at least faster than Joohoney and Gaeko's verse later. But just something about the way his verse has been written here, it's almost like a placebo effect for me. Where it's not very quick, but it feels really fast. And I think it is that use of syncopation. That's very clever. And then, you know, you get Mr. We're getting the beat a little bit spicier now. I'm a beast mode, and now once we're in Joohon's verse, it's very much more accentuated syllables on the major beats in the bar, not a lot of syncopation fill in the middle. It's a much more simple beat and a simple cadence. But because it's coming up after Big Naughty's really accentuated but also syncopated rhythm, it feels more natural. It feels a little bit more standard. And because of it, his cadence feels slower, even though I think in actuality, the spacing isn't really different. But now that we've got that top part figured out, the bottom part now is we're getting some electric guitars. We've got some pitched like toms that are high-pitched toms that are kind of doing little things in the background. While the main beat is still the same, we're getting a little bit more extra toppings. It's like you have cheese pizza, with just an extremely extravagant like cocktail drink. Now we've got maybe something like a simple mojito and a pizza with a couple toppings on it. Once we get to Gaeko's verse, now you've got like some hard alcohol on the rocks. Just very simple, maybe like a gin and tonic or something. Really simple drink. His flow is very followable, if that makes sense, at least for me. But then you've got the beat now, which is like supreme pizza with cheese stuffed crust. It's got so much stuff going into it. And for me, like as someone who doesn't really listen to rap music, I find Gaeko's verse really easy to listen to. It's like, even though he might have a couple extra, like, maybe syncopated little syllables thrown here and there, every single time he comes back to that major beat. And with his verse, I don't have to really focus on his verse to find out what part of the song we're on or like where he is in his phrase. I can just listen, and whenever I decide to kind of snap back into it, I'll know exactly where I am, because he kind of like guides me through it, which I really appreciate as someone who doesn't really understand the music. And then, actually, let's get to this final beat switch, because where did this come from? This is a wild mid-song genre switch. I know this is kind of like not even mid-song, this is final chorus bordering on like outro, where they've just really switched it into this grunge type gear. And this is definitely one where it's like, where did this come from? It's kind of like the middle section from Super Junior's House Party, where it's just like, how did we get here? Because there's, apart from that like riser, there's no indication that this is the type of beat it's going to switch into. The fact that this is how the song ends too is such an interesting composition choice. Complex music doesn't help the fact that this is a type of music I don't really go out and listen to. Much like Taeyong's solo yesterday, it's not in the general wheelhouse where I pay attention to the music. But once again, I don't know what it is about Starship and their like collaboration songs they do, but I kind of dig it. In a very, not in the way where it's like, I'm gonna be obsessed with this song, more like, my intrigue is getting the better of me with this song. If that makes sense. But I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it one bit. But that is it for me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today. Let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love. See you next time. Bye-bye.